As the sun rises in the east on the day of the spring equinox feast, winter's chill begins to fade as new life in the earth is made. Flowers bloom and birds take flight as the world awakens with delight. The spring equinox brings a new start and fills our souls with hope and heart.
So I think my earliest memory of smelling sage or incense was like at the age of 3. And it was always during like circles, so Sufi circles or sister circles. And my auntie introduced me to it, I think. But then I also remember like my mum burning it everywhere. I was just surrounded by it, I think.
So I was a cologne at the age of 10. And my role at that time was to cleanse the temple, make sure that the energies are cleansed. And I would just go around with the incense in a chamber and make sure that basically everything's in order before we'd start ceremony. It was different kind of themes each time, depending on what we wanted to work on at the time. But a lot of meditating and different techniques of meditation, really. We incorporate breath work. So it is actually really beautiful that a lot of the things that we did as a child, and now we both incorporate it now, isn't it?
Yeah.
In our adult life. And it's just so beautiful to be able to utilize what we've learned from childhood and I guess come together and also be able to bring it to other people. So it's been an honor to continue doing this work.
There are the days where I feel everything and nothing all at once. There are days where I feel the universe and all her splendor cascading through me, galaxies traveling through my veins, stars beaming from my eyes, the vastness of the cosmos captivating my heart. There are days where I feel Mother Earth breathing through me, as if her and I were one. We were the same, we are the same. That I was the breath of the ocean, the greatness of the rainforest, and the heart of the desert. That I was of the earth, that I was it all. And then there are days where I feel on pause, whilst still feeling everything, but now at a distance, as if everything has escaped me, and I am now just an onlooker. There is an ache somewhere within a chamber of my chest too difficult for me to locate. And that's why during these days, words fail me.
So we are preparing a fire right now. And we're gonna get the fire going so we can prepare some cacao. We use cacao usually before our ceremonies. And we use it as like a heart chakra opener. But there is multiple benefits to cacao.
Essentially, when you use it in ceremony, it's to help you drop out of your mind and into your heart. We often, our thoughts are clouded and it makes us confused at times. I believe and we believe that through ceremony and through your heart, you're able to make better decisions. So that's why the cacao is helpful. I think in a ceremony format, it's more intentional. You can bring the same intention at home as well. But it's powerful when you do it in numbers or with somebody else.
Yeah. So before sound bath, I will try and get everybody to set their intention for the evening. And I guess it just sets the tone then. And it's your way of communicating what you would like.
Our intention today is to just share what we know and hope that what we know brings peace and maybe guidance, maybe inspiration for individuals. Mother Earth, Universe, Divine Creator, we thank you for this cacao, we thank you for this time. We thank you that life is working for us, and we know that all things work together for our good as we offer this back up to you. Our prayer and our intention is that you will bless it with healing and insight and wisdom. In your name we give thanks. Is it hot?
No, it's cool. Like really cool.
Okay.
Like borderline cool.
A soul wandered lost through sorrow, confusion, feeling alone and tossed. Every step heavy, every breath labored. The world around a blur, the future uncharted. The journey through sorrow was not one chosen, but thrust upon this traveller, leaving heart frozen. Tears flowed like a river, each drop a release from the pain and despair that refused to cease. In the darkness, the soul cried out in vain, asking for help, but finding only more pain.
I started practicing as a child. It's been with me since the beginning, like family traditions just passed down. I believe more and more people are becoming aware of energy movement. So some people call it Qigong, some people call it Tai Chi. There's various different types. There's yoga as well. It's just what really resonates with you and what you connect with the most.
Then there are the days where I feel the cloak of loneliness, the grip of heartache, shattered dreams, and desperate faith pulsating through me. These days feel grey and dense, where the clouds above are full of tears that they are too frightened to release. The clouds know that these tears are the tears that only give birth to rage, where lightning will take over the skies and thunder will rip open hearts. And if you listen closely enough, you will hear the winds whispering prayers of intercession. On these grey dense days, I know all of that which I have just described is not mine. It's hers, it's his, it's theirs. No, wait, it is mine, because of them, due to them, due to me. It's within my blood, it's all within my blood.
I think ever since I can remember, writing was my way of like escapism, but also understanding and processing things from a young age. I chose to write about what I wrote about in the narrative because sometimes I feel so connected to like everything, like Mother Earth and every individual that I meet. Sometimes I feel like I can feel them more than I feel myself. Sometimes I feel that I can look at somebody and know what they are traveling through. And I remember I used to feel really confused at times because I used to think it was my pain, but it wasn't. It was just people that I was encountering, like picking up on their pain. But I think recently, I've probably experienced grief for the first time. So grief. I think that's what it probably inspired my piece of writing in terms of my journey and what I'm currently facing. But I also know it's an emotion that many people face in different ways. And I think that's why I wanted to speak about it, but not in a way that I don't know, when you hear the piece, you might not even realise it's about grief. You might just think it's pain or confusion. I think we all suffer these emotions at different different seasons within our lives. Yeah. I think it's important. I think some of the work that we do, we are always holding space for others, aren't we?
Yeah.
And I think we're trying to learn how to hold space for ourselves a little bit more.
Yeah, and each other.
Yeah. How about your piece?
Yeah, I guess ultimately similar. I feel like my piece is about, I guess, my spiritual awakening and kind of like my dark night of the soul journey. At the time I felt very alone, abandoned, confused, and I believe a lot of people go through this, and a lot of people feel like they're alone and that they're going through it on their own, and they're not. So I felt like for me it was right to just, I guess, put my feelings and emotions and everything I was feeling at that time on that journey into a poetic piece, and hopefully others can feel that and hear that and see that and know that they're not on that journey alone. You're gonna make me.
And then I think tying it into like the spring equinox for us is symbolic because, spring is always new hope, isn't it? The duality of life, I think that's something that we often talk about, that two things can coexist at the same time. So, you can be traveling through grief, but also have moments of joy and have moments of happiness. And the notion of two things existing at the same time. And the spring equinox really kind of highlights that for us.
Yeah.
The light and the dark,
Yeah.
But the new hope.
Yeah, and I was going to say having a balance.
Yeah.
With that light and dark.
Through the fog of confusion, a light appeared. A hand outstretched, a gentle voice that cheered. You are stronger than you know, and I am here to walk beside you through joy and fear. The path ahead was still unknown, but with a companion, they were no longer alone. And so the journey continued with hope in sight, as the soul and their friend walked into the light.